Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Chit Chat podcast. Of course, this week we have a new guest,
D3Global.
D3Global.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm an artist, a drummer, and I have my own nonprofit,
What's it called?
Global Love Organization.
Global Love Organization. Okay, so Global Love Organization and D3Global.
Yeah.
So global is in both.
Yes, it is.
How did that come about? How did you decide that?
I think the artistry name came first.
Okay.
I always wanted to spread love globally, I guess you could say, around the world. So I think I was just like global. I think D3 came from just my full name. I don't really want to share right now, but
No, that's I know it, but they don't know it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You guys don't need to know it. Okay, so D3Global. Whenever I saw that, because I interviewed another person who also had like D3 in their name, and I always want to say like D3Global, but then I'm like, but also it could be D-Global, because like it's supposed to be like the E,
like the E,
right? So I needed you to like clarify it to like then see how I'm gonna say it the rest of the time.
Yeah, so 3. So I'm just giving a hint, like I'm the third too. So
Well, yeah. I think everyone knew that. The only mystery is what the D stands for. Yeah.
I'll let y'all go research that.
Yeah, you guys could find. I only found it because I emailed you.
Yeah.
So I don't think you guys are finding it. I don't think it's.
It's only one other place really people can find it.
Don't say it. Let
I'm not
them
gonna
look
say
for
it. I'm not gonna look for it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, like the people in your life, do they call you that, or do they call you by your name?
So people in my life, so family wise, they call me DJ.
Oh.
It just came from
Jay.
Yes, that's what I said. But it came
Okay.
from my dad having the same name. That's I
Okay.
guess the J just got put in there.
Okay, kind of like. I was gonna say kind of like junior, but that's not junior because you're the third.
Yeah, so I don't know how it came about. So I
Okay.
just stuck with it.
Okay.
Friends, family, just DJ.
DJ.
I know when I'm in trouble, then it gets to my first name. But
Oh yeah. Well, that's like everyone.
Yeah.
I kind of had a nickname growing up, but I still got called my full name a lot too. So like I knew I was in trouble when my mom like drew out my name.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
more long, like name long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyways, enough about names. So tell us about your music.
Okay, so I started making music about 4 years ago. I'm sorry, let me start with drumming. I started drumming when I was a baby.
Okay. Baby as in what? Like 2 months old?
I couldn't even tell you. My mom said I was in the high check being strong,
Okay.
pots and pans and stuff. So I guess it was always in me.
Yeah, always.
Growing up, I came to this church where we are now. My first time playing in front of the church, which is actually on this drum set. When I was 8.
Oh wow.
I was shooken up. When I was by myself, I was playing like I was a drummer on tour.
Uh-huh.
They put me in front of everybody. And I got shooken up and I played one drum. So
You didn't get stage fright that young?
I did. I was
Oh,
scared.
okay.
Yeah, that was me being scared.
Your parents just didn't care?
Yeah.
They're like, you're gonna go do it.
You're gonna go do it. Cause I used to sit like right there in that row, and I was being on Bibles and chairs, people sitting in the chairs, and all of a sudden I was sitting behind the drummer that was here, and he's like, "You want to play?" You know, he let me play like on one of the special events at the church, so it was like more than like 400 people here.
Wow. But that just shows that you were that good at that young of an age.
Yeah, but I was that scared
Oh.
too. I was scared. I was scared. But just growing up, I was always a drum head. I just love drums, play drums. Listen to music because of the beat, honestly.
Yeah.
I got into writing and recording in college, so I played basketball in college. I couldn't play my first year because of COVID. So I decided to pick up writing and recording. I'll always play around and tamper with it because I had brothers that did it. But in college, for some reason, I had my Apple headphones and my iPad. Somebody showed me how to use Band Live,
Yeah.
and that was it. But it wasn't like the songs was weak. It just didn't sound clear. People was like, "Man, you coded that," so everybody on campus wanted to just work with me. Let's do a song. So I was doing a bunch of songs to the point where I started learning like it's about the sound and not about what you always write. Got into that where I was recording on the Apple iPad. I had a brother here at home, and I used to go to his crib and record in the studio, which is my brother Rick that I was telling you about, Fisher Rick. And we had 2 whole albums together. The second album never came out, but the first album was out. And yeah, I guess that's my music journey. I guess now I'm more of like a solo career. I I tap into like Afro beats.
Yeah, you have a lot of different stuff out there.
Yeah, yeah. It's like an experiment. I think a lot of people forget that sometimes you gotta just express yourself when it comes out of music.
Yeah.
No matter if you have talent or not, sometimes just express yourself.
Mm.
I taught myself how to play drums, you know,
Okay.
and so started my nonprofit. It was kind of like I'm gonna teach these kids how to express themselves and it become therapeutic.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I touched on it.
So are you gonna experiment with country music?
I don't think I'm Beyonce. Nah.
No country.
Honestly, if it comes down to it, and I actually have the opportunity, and it's something that I can adapt with,
Mhm.
I think I would.
Do you like country music?
I love all music.
Okay.
You'd be surprised. I love all music. I think at a point in time where like I can listen to a song, it can have no lyrics. I can listen to a song, it can have all lyrics. You know, I think it's just if I really can feel that the artist is really real, it's
Yeah.
really them. I hate when it's not like the artist don't be them.
Okay.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can tell. So
I do feel like there is a certain part of like authenticity that comes with making music.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but like some people, they just can't write, and that's why ghostwriters are a thing.
Which I feel like is cool. Like that's cool, and they understand they got to that level, but someone has to start somewhere. You know, you can't just sit there off the back and say, okay, I got a ghostwriter, and never really experienced, you know, the art of yourself.
Yeah.
I think when it comes down to it, as far as like really like making it and really getting around people, you start to learn like, yeah, people do have ghostwriters because people are not in the same situation they're in no more. You know?
Yeah.
Which is that's understandable, but at the same time, when you're in a certain situation, just tell your story. I think all my songs tell a story.
You have a lot of songs about heartbreak.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm good. So I did go through a lot of heartbreak. I think I went through a moment in time of chasing love instead of just letting love come to me. I think it was more like I wanted these relationships because at a point in time I was lonely. I felt lonely. I didn't want to be lonely, and I was insecure.
Okay.
But as the time progresses, you kind of see the songs kind of change.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 22. I'm gonna be 23. I'm 22.
Okay. Have you say that? Would you say that you've been in love, or do you think it was just lust?
I would say I've been in love because I kind of grew up faster than what I was supposed to. I guess I can say sometimes. Some people say like you mature for your age, and so when I say I think I've been in love, I think more of like I'm a big giver. I'll give my all, and be blind to the person not reciprocating, or I give my all and know like what the situation is, and still just be blind to.
Hoping it will change.
Yeah,
Kind of thing?
yeah, and it never did. No, it just it just didn't.
Yeah.
But I think also with belief, with faith, it was just God saying you don't need to be in a relationship. Focus on yourself and build your craft.
Okay.
I got opportunities for you.
So like you were writing those from the heart and not just because you think it was something your listeners wanted to hear.
Oh no, that was from the heart. I'm talking
Okay.
about from every which way. All that was from the heart.
Okay. I'm making it sound like you're depressed, but you do have love songs too.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, you have both.
So a lot of my songs are based off telling a love story that I was in before. Some of the songs, as far as like newer songs, like the Afrobeat songs, "Can I," "I Love," is really expressing myself of wanting a relationship, and this is how I want the relationship, and this I want this person to be that type deal. I can give y'all the story of the EP I maybe have coming out soon, but
Let's get it.
well, so as of January 5th, I think that was that first Sunday in January, I got rebaptized
Okay.
here. And this was after me starting my nonprofit. It was after I just went on the journey of understanding that, like I said, love is not for me at this time. I need to build myself and build my community first. And I was Bible studying for like the last 2 or 3 months, and I've been Bible studying every single day. It's been beautiful, but it got to a point where like I wanted a change, and from that change, I was like, the first week of January, I'm gonna get baptized. This will be a fresh start for me. From that fresh start, I wouldn't say music hasn't been the same, but I've been tapping into alternating R&B gospel.
Okay.
That's what I call it. And I talk about how I was chasing love, and God was saying, chase me, don't chase love. Right? I was talking about how my situation of, that he changed my situation of me, being in a relationship, but now It got me running my own nonprofit. And it got me growing and developing as a person mentally, that type deal. So, man, that's another story. Yeah, it's been a transition for real, for real. It's more joy than temporary happiness. I think love was temporary happiness for me.
Okay.
To kind of push down that insecurity and push down that. What's the other word I use?
That's kind of sad though.
What?
Temporary happiness?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like as of right now, as people, we are blind to what's going on around us. And we kind of chase the temporary happiness. So I'm not sure if I can share my story of smoking and stuff, but
you could share whatever you want.
well, it was upon a time where I was smoking, indulging in smoking, and it got bad.
Wait, smoking what?
Weed.
Okay.
It was nothing crazy. It was legal. No, it was nothing crazy. But I was smoking weed, and it was just really after I played basketball, elementary school, high school, college, and I played like 2 or 3 months in semi-pro. In college, I ended up rupturing my ACL. When I so-called fully recovered. People say you never really recover. I say you never really recover like you want to, but I ended up getting recruited to play semi-pro because I still had my shot. They told me to come into practice. I was playing for like 2 or 3 months, and it was just a lot mentally. From there, it been a lot mentally. I had all my doubts about a lot of things. So in order to get over those doubts, I said, man, just and it won't be the all-day thing, but it was just something that was temporary happiness.
Okay.
Love was, I wouldn't say love was temporary happiness, but I noticed that I was only just love because I was scared to be lonely. I had those insecurities. I wanted to feel like this person got me. I want this person. But God was telling me I didn't need that.
Yeah.
So with that transition of me Bible studying every day, we started my own nonprofit. Everything went out the window. Like gave it away, free, like no charge.
But you can still have that stuff. Like you still play basketball for fun?
I still play basketball for fun, yeah. But I was so competitive at it. I was at such a.
I feel like every guy kind of is.
Yeah, but you still have those guys. Like I'm very humble when it comes down to certain things. So I want to say like, yeah, I was a stuffer in college, but I was decent. And I tell people all the time, you're like, man, I see you again, you grown, you this and that. I'm decent.
Okay.
I always got room to improve. I said that about music too. I said that about drumming too. Oh, you I see you with this. Yeah, but it's always room for improvement, you know. But you got a lot of guys that they say that, and you go see them and be like, you know, you know what you said, you know. So I guess it's really just being honest. I think as people, we gotta be honest with ourselves. And I just always been honest with myself. And I always been humble. I never got like the offers that get big. You know what I'm saying? Where it made me big headed. Like, yeah, I'm this. I never talk stuff on the court. Never. I did, but I didn't start talking stuff. I was quiet. And I let the person talk stuff. Then I started dominating, showing the people when they get quiet. Okay, oh, you quiet. That's me. I'm more like I have to show, but not to tell you.
Okay.
Because when we just tell us people, we don't show. It's like, what are we?
But see, that's interesting because now you're like making music, talking from personal experience, so that kind of is you like talking. Well, I guess you're not making like cocky music though. Yeah. So it's kind of different.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to me making music, I think it's really just me telling a story so people can hear the story and be like, man, he going through the same thing. I don't think it's ever me like, yeah, I got this going on, I got this, I got this in my pockets. Nah, because it's like reality and it's like fiction. And if I really was talking about that, it would be fiction until I get to a certain level. And I still won't talk about it because it's like we boasting. Yeah.
You don't like that?
I don't like boasting. I don't like cocky people.
Okay. You don't think after a certain point you just like deserve to brag a little?
I don't think I deserve to brag a little. I think I deserve to tell that story, and not in the songs, but tell that story and tell people. So I think that's why I really started the nonprofit, because I was trying to build what I had around me, change what I had around me, so people can see and people will want to do it too. So we can all work together.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people don't understand that if we work together, we'll be better off. If we were one, we'll be better off.
I agree.
Everything will change. So that's really that global love thing.
Tied it back into it.
Yeah. It's that Band-Aid on the earth that I put on the logo. Yeah.
Nice. So you talked about drums, and you started when you were since birth, basically.
Yeah. I think I was hitting on my mom's stomach when I was.
Yeah. Other babies they kick, but you were punching her.
Yeah.
So Do you know any other instruments? Are you gonna learn any other instruments now that this nonprofit is about like teaching the youth music?
Honestly, I always said I wanted to learn the bass guitar.
Okay.
When I was younger and when I was growing up, I was trying to tap into the keyboard. I was tapping into the acoustic guitar, and it wasn't like I was tapping in and knowing what I was doing. I was really tapping in and just doing it and just trying stuff. And, with the keys, I probably learned how to play one song for real, and that was Sam Smith "Stay With Me," and that's only 3 chords.
Okay.
So other than that, don't ask me about
random
nothing else.
Song,
Random
okay.
song. I think it was popular at the time I was learning.
Okay.
It had
then
first
that's
came out,
fair.
you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, how do you play Sam? Easy on YouTube. So I got into that, and other than that, drums. I want to learn bass guitar though. They said if you learn like bass guitar, you can kind of learn like the neck up the keyboard. It kind of go hand in hand. But
Yeah, I've seen that.
honestly, I still have to master drums. I mean, I'm good at it. I got so many opportunities for playing drums. But
Yeah, I think this is the closest I've ever been to a drum set.
what?
So-
For real? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the closest I've ever been before I ever got on was literally sitting on the chair like right there in that space.
Yeah, no. Like, because I know that there's like, I just feel like drums, in my head, it doesn't make sense that they have the same notes as other instruments. Like, is there an E or like an F on the drum?
Just beat the drum. Nope. It just
So, but
beats.
then how do you know? Like, if you're looking at a sheet of music,
It don't really have E stuff in there for a drum or shit. It's
so like, is this drum, this like specific one, what is this called? Is this a drum?
it's a floor tom. The low floor. It's a low floor tom.
So they each have their own individual names.
Yes, they all toms. We don't really look at them as. I say drums are drums, and I'm telling you about sheet music. I can read music just a little bit, but I can't fluently read music. And like honestly, they don't have different notes. They just sound.
What?
Yeah.
So like, if you wanted to learn like a pop song on the radio,
You don't need to know notes for drumming. You just need to know the note on the. Honestly, it's not like a certain sound you can make. You can tune a drum up to make a certain sound, but it's not like it's supposed to sound like an E. It's like a. No.
see, I can't.
You're
It's
keeping a
so
beat.
hard for me to wrap my head around this. But then how do you know? Like, how do you learn a song?
I listen. I play by ear.
So you have like perfect pitch?
There's no perfect pitch. There's no notes when it comes down.
But
to
see, that's
drumming.
not what makes sense. Like,
It's only 4 other instruments other than drumming. For real. Yeah.
so like these two.
Sound different, but there's no notes to them. They just sound different. They made.
So like this one doesn't have a specific name,
It's just a crash. Or a simple.
but then that one that's like upside down.
That's a Chinese crash.
So like if you're looking at sheet music, it doesn't
It don't
say
say that.
hit, crash, hit,
No,
Chinese.
It say hit crash. It don't say hit Chinese. It don't say hit.
So then how do you know?
If you know it, so I guess even on sheet music there's like different lines, different bars,
Mhm.
and depending on what the line is or what the note is, that's what you hit. But at the same time, like I said, all of these are the same. All the toms are the same. The symbols are basically the same. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So still staying on topic of your music, as far as your music, you talked about how you've made different genres. So what is the deciding factors when you're making new music? Are you looking up beats online?
I am looking up beats online. I have been introduced to a few producers that I could possibly work with as far as in the studio. I have had a couple guys that randomly hit me up like, "Hey, bro, I got this music, this beat pack that I want you to listen to." A few guys from this was a long time ago, a few years ago. A few guys from high school like, "Man, I got some beats, that type deal." But most songs come from beats offline. Look it up online on YouTube. The process of making them, when I find it on YouTube, I kind of put it into the system. Before I put it into the system, I kind of try to make a hook for them. Like as I'm thinking in a melody for them, as I'm thinking it. If I have a melody and it sounds catchy, I say, yeah, that's the one right there. And so then I put it in, and it's really just sitting there, and however it comes out, that's how it comes out. If I don't like how it sounds, I kind of redo it over and over again until I'm like, okay, cool, it sounds good.
So you have the beat first before you do lyrics?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I do have moments where I don't have a beat and I just be trying to write or just randomly I might just walk through the house and Also. But then also, right before I get in front of the studio stuff, I forget about it. So, I mean, it was a time where I was, tapping into poetry and like just writing different poetry and stuff. That's temporary. But as far as like really tapping in with a producer, I had a producer where I sat down with him and he like, man, I really want to use your talents where even if you come and bring some drums in, you play drums, you put it in the system, and you sing, you come up with something and I bring the beat after. So there'll be different opportunities, but I think as of right now, and I also was telling him too, I'm more of a person that likes to record in my own space, so I have a whole studio set up at home, and it's really I'm by myself where I can sit there and mess up as much as I want to around me. So yeah, and I think this also comes with that stage fright. So.
You don't like a hype group?
No.
No.
Don't hype me up.
Oh.
Nah,
oh.
I wouldn't say don't hype me up, but I'm not really big on a hype group. I'm not really big on like groups in general. I don't have a big.
You have no friends?
I do have a few. I mean, most of the people that I call my brothers, kind of like close friends to me. I don't have any blood brothers, but
you like send songs to them before you drop it to get their approval?
No. I need their approval for my music.
Okay.
I do sometimes just send it to them, but I don't expect them to listen to it. I just send it to them like, yeah, I made this, which I think.
Okay.
But if I'm gonna release it, I'm gonna release it regardless.
Yeah.
What they say. I think at the point in time, people, like I said, it's an experiment. So a lot of people be like, man, they'll critique themselves too much, or they cite themselves out of a song.
Yeah.
I mean, I do it sometimes too, where I'm sitting there listening, I'm like, nah, this sounds dry.
How long do you sit on a song before you're like, okay, this is good?
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I record a song and I know that I was just recording just to do something and it don't sound right to me, or I can't think of a verse, that song will collect dust.
Okay.
I do have a few songs that I feel like was good, and I sit there and I record them, and then I send it to like my brother and stuff to get on. Hey, get on this. And they don't get on it enough amount of time. Our next artist who want to get on this. Yeah, but honestly, as far as sending on a song, it all depends. Like I have a Christmas song that.
A Christmas song?
I have a Christmas song.
Not dropped.
Not dropped.
Okay.
I have a Christmas song that I was working on, and I need 2 verses, and they long verses. And I kind of like I put the snippet out like on my Instagram, but it's been sitting there since last year. Honestly, so.
What do you need? I got you.
You gonna put a verse on there?
Yeah.
I send it to you. You just don't say that.
Let me know. Let me know.
Listen, you got 30 business days. And I gotta send it to somebody else. No, but honestly, I look for artists all the time, but also if I record a song and it don't sound right to me, or I can't figure out a verse or figure out the story to put in between. You got the hook. Listen, it's like writing a paper. The hook is like your intro, your outro. The verse is like your body paragraph. And if you can't tell a story in your body paragraph compared to the intro, you might as well throw that paper away and start over. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So.
And it's either break me down or broke me down. You know? You know what song I'm talking about?
Broke me down. Yeah.
Yeah. You have like a female singer in the background. And it gave me Rod Wave vibes when I first heard it. I was like, okay, this is like Rod Wave with like the female background. How do you decide if you're gonna have someone who is in the background like that, or because even like there's like a word for it, but it's like the random noises.
Ad-libs.
Yes. Yeah. How do you decide that stuff?
Well, that beat came with the sample. That was a sample. That beat came with that sample already.
See, I was going to ask you that specifically, but then it matches the words that you're singing about. So I was like, he had to put someone on that.
So it came with the sample, but I think a lot of times too, I love samples because it's already telling that story. Once it tells that story, it's more like, how do I put my story in between that story? So I don't know. I've never heard the original song to that. I'm not sure where they sampled that from.
Yeah.
But once I heard it, I said, oh man.
Interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of the songs that I do may have a sample already.
Yeah.
I never really got into really having other artists do my ad-libs for me. I even have a brother that sometimes he'll put ad-libs under once he's featured under it. He'll put an ad-lib like right on the second.
Yeah.
Or he'll sometimes go on the end. And sometimes if it's like too many ad-libs, I'm like, nah, I'm trying to really like let people feel it, so take some of them out. But other than that, I don't really do what artists put ad-libs on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like I've covered everything with your music. You have anything else about your music you want to talk about?
February 24th, the big B-Day.
February 24th.
Yep.
He's turning 22.
23.
23. He's 22 already. He's turning 23. And that's the gospel, alternative, R&B.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all these songs were made after you got rebaptized.
Yeah, I got rebaptized probably like a week or two after. I sat in front of the studio. And I was just really trying things. I was like, let me tell my story now. So I was able to tell my story again as far as the love thing. That's what came out. Whatever comes, I'm telling you, I put the beat in, and whatever comes out, like if it sounds right, I keep it.
Okay.
I keep it. And I was like, okay, this sound cool, you know.
I'm too indecisive for that.
For real?
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. That's why I can't be on your Christmas song. I won't be able to make up my mind on it.
I already said, you said send it to me. I was going to send it to you.
You're right. Send it to me. I'll see what I could come up with.
For sure.
What kind of vibe is it? Like that of what you have already?
As far as Christmas?
Yeah. Is it like a love Christmas song? Like a family? Of course.
It's more of like a love Christmas song.
Okay.
But there's so many play on words that you can probably think it's for your family.
It's dirty?
No, it's not dirty. No.
Okay.
When I say play on words, like either talking about your love,
Okay.
someone you're in love with, or you talking about your family.
I haven't been in love in like 4 years, so I don't think I'll be a good fit for that.
You don't think you tell a story?
I'm-
No reminiscing or nothing?
I could reminisce.
I mean, I reminisce sometimes too. Like,
Okay.
So like, even when it comes down to making the songs, it goes from like, yeah, I might be in that situation and I might not still be hurt about it, but it might still be a little fresh, or it might be, you know, not still cool.
Okay. Send it to me. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
So let's get into the nonprofit now.
Okay.
So what exactly is it? You talked about it, and I think the listeners know it's something about music, but what exactly is it?
So Global Love Organization was a nonprofit that was started back in September, basically teaching kids the arts and also teaching them leadership. So music, dance, art, and then teaching them how to make an impact around the city of Chicago.
Dance?
I don't dance, but my assistant director does.
Okay.
She does. Yeah, she does. And she does art, so she does the art portion. I do more the music and the drumming portion. But we really are trying to make it where we can expand and hire on people where they can teach like guitar, piano, and kind of have different breakout groups. So as far as starting it, it's really just to empower them to understand they can use the arts as in a therapeutic way. I did all my life. I mean, we'd be quick to put in music, but also I'd be quick to come in and, drum,
You don't do singing?
You said like to help my stress?
No, like, is that part of the program, like singing?
Oh, so singing will be part of the program.
But
eventually.
are you
I'm
gonna
not. I'm not gonna do the singing.
You sing.
I sing. I don't teach singing. It's two different
What
things.
the heck?
Now that's when notes come in. That's what drumming hindered me.
And that's what you don't know.
That's what I don't know. As far as like really how to find a person's voice. Now I can motivate you to really just sing your heart. I can motivate you, But as far as to just sing and teach people singing, no.
Okay.
I kind of learned that on my own too, how to sing. Just by hearing, just trying. But I could teach somebody to sing. No kind of me. Take a spoon of honey or something. No, for it. So, yeah.
Okay.
But just starting it, really, we work with kids ages 3 to 24. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's around the city of Chicago. So we are starting in some schools soon. We also, with one of the park districts in Chicago, we have a whole art space they allow us to use to sit there and just run a program out of. So we'll be teaching kids how to build relationships between each other, which it goes hand in hand with networking, which you're going to need in the music field anyway.
Yeah.
We're teaching them the type of power they hold. We're throwing events around the city, big events around the city like Juneteenth events, back to school events eventually. But us just starting, we really just made a lot of partnerships. With a month in, we made a partnership with a daycare in the city, and we were teaching 5 to 12-year-olds everything. So it seemed like they really enjoyed it, but just create that Band-Aid as part of the local.
Yeah. So this is gonna be. Is the goal for it to extend outside of Chicago and just go everywhere?
Of course. So I think as we grow, as we able to get funds, we're able to hire on people, we're able to do more traveling wise. Do I plan on leaving Chicago? Absolutely not. But I feel like I really want to help my city but I also want to expand to help other cities, so we can create other chapters in other states and other cities. And it'd be powerful. That's that unity thing I was telling you about. If we get more people aligned with each other, we can grow and speak for change.
For sure. Why did you stop it at the age of? Well, I guess like because it's youths.
Well, I stopped what? Oh, it's my age.
Yeah.
Because it's youth, we didn't want to expand too much. As far as like, we were doing programming at the daycare, and one of the teachers even said like, man, the activity with the kids, I'm gonna have you come do it with us. You know, I have a ladies group that we need stuff like this. It's called the River Life Training. Basically, you tell your story in the river, something significant that you went through, something that makes you you. That your river changes every day. Honestly, it can change at any time. And so we do offer it to older people. It's just that as of right now, to fit it, we have to have a certain age group. Now, of course, we have events. We want everybody to come to the event. But, and I think we have to start the youth because the youth is our future. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, they're kind of scary.
Yeah.
You know their slang.
I think so.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. They can be scared if they want to. Nah, I really think it don't really give like where they're scary. I think it's more of like they're trying to express themselves. They don't know how to. And so let me show you a way to do so. I think I want to show them that way, and then also show them that this can be a potential job opportunity. You could be your own business.
Yeah.
Doing music. And I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I feel like too, parents may sometimes not support it because it's a harder career or field to get into.
Yeah, they be like, "What's your plan B because of this?" And I think sometimes too, what parents hinder kids, and also a lot of the schools here don't have after school opportunities for the kids to even learn this. A lot of schools don't have music. A lot of schools don't have art, and so I want to fulfill that for free for the kids. I think when it comes down to parents saying that too, I think a lot of times when you say that to a student or say that to the youth, you kind of switch their mindset to be like, oh, maybe I do have to have. When I started college, I was studying to be a mathematics teacher for middle school. Yeah, I used to love math. I still love math, but when I was in school, like math was my thing. So I think when it came down to that, my mom kept telling me, she's like, I don't see you working for no one. I said, man, I think you're right. And I was going to the class, and I'm like, man, I know math, but you got me breaking this math problem down, and it's an easier way to do it to teach kids. This is for the kids to understand it, which I totally understand, but it kind of switched my mindset to really turn to study business management for a year or two. I think eventually, I already had these skills, and I was in these classes that I'm like, man, I already know this, because I've been doing nonprofit work since 8th grade, and been around the field since 8th grade, been a founding member of this, for a long time. So it's like, man, I'm exposed to this. Maybe if I like more of like having the experience than sitting there trying to learn, So yeah. They hinder kids sometimes when they say get a plan B, and not even saying like get a plan B, but make your plan B something that you enjoy still. Because a lot of kids just do stuff like, man, this is just what I'm gonna do, because
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like if you're gonna have to work the rest of your life, it should be something you like doing.
Yeah. Because if you don't enjoy it, you're gonna sit there and not do it.
Yep.
You're gonna not do it. You're gonna put your effort in. That's how I say it.
Yeah. I walked in front of him. Okay, we have to hurry because apparently it's hot in here. Didn't know his camera was so high maintenance. So right now, you had a partnership with the daycare, but you also just host, are they called programs or events? Are they at a set time, like a reoccurring thing, or is it just every week you have something different?
So as of right now, so after the daycare, it was kind of like slowed down because we ended up having a launch event, which was back in December, December 13th. This is like the grand opening of Global Love. We do have that video on YouTube. It's like an 18-minute video. You do see me crying, but it's tears of joy.
I was gonna bring it up, but not so much like.
You expose me?
No, I wasn't gonna say you were crying. I was gonna say you were very emotional.
I was. It was tears of joy. I think it came from a place of thought I had a basketball. Not say thought, but I had a basketball career. It ended because of ruptured ACL. Music career was cool. I mean, I was getting looks, I was getting opportunities, but suspicion, But it came from really, like I said, God really telling me like, I'm taking you through this because I want you to learn these things, but it's a reason why I want you to learn them. And it was from praying, Bible studying, meditating. It just came from the idea of like, man, start your own nonprofit and give it back to the youth. And show the youth how you utilize it. Show the youth that they can make jobs out of it. And I was like, man, I got you, I understand. So I think really being on that stage and really giving my speech as far as like me reading those words off the paper, I got emotional because it was like, dang, this happened so quick. And I knew it was a reason why I did it, and the reason why he had me do it was because I had so many opportunities right when I started. The daycare, schools, it was, I got to, man, we want to bring you in, that type deal. And it just felt right. And so just being on the stage and actually doing it. It was a teenager.
Yeah. Okay, what else with the nonprofit? Anything else?
Honestly,
how do people join it? How can they sign up their kids?
Okay, so we do have an Instagram page, which is at globallove.org.
It'll be tagged.
A flyer actually is going out this week, where it will have a QR code on it, but also we will have the link in our bio, where you can register them and have all the information. And if there's any questions, you can DM us. We are willing to actually answer any questions. The phone number, the business phone number, and also the email is on the flyer too. So contact us. We can answer it. Please contact us in appropriate business hours. But no, we are releasing a flyer this week sometime for you guys to sign up, so we can know how many people are coming. We might have like refreshments there, and we should have a good time just getting to know each other.
Okay. This is February 10th.
February 10th. It's our first day, which is our introduction day, our orientation day. And after that, we'll be there. We won't be there. We have the Park District event, 2017, where we will have a table. And then the 19th and then the 21st, we will do programming out of the space. But address is going to be on the flyer and everything. So.
And you'll eventually be able to line dance with me. At some.
I feel like I can dance a little bit. No.
You kind of had it.
What?
Wait.
Oh, you know why I now do this? You remember mindless behavior?
Yes.
I used to do the little dance they did in the movie. Yeah, that's where that came from.
Okay. Very nice. Anything else before we wrap things up?
I should interview you. Where did you start? No. How did you get into this?
How did I get into this? I like talking to people, and I feel a lot of joy when I let other people talk about their passions.
Any more
questions?
Are you? I thought you should pull out no card. Matter of fact. Like any random questions? Like a pop quiz?
A pop quiz? No, not yet.
Not yet?
Actually, I have to call you out on something.
Oh.
Because I had stalked you, right?
You stalked me?
Yeah, I had to find questions for you.
Oh,
so
okay.
I stalked you.
Oh, okay.
In 2024, you posted a TikTok claiming to eat Popeye's biscuits with no honey or
Oh,
What's wrong with you? Why do you do that? Is it for real? Or were you just saying that for TikTok?
That's really weird.
You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go to Popeye's on my way here and bring them to
I probably
watch you.
I probably would have ate it now. But that's real. I used to love Popeye's biscuits.
That's so wrong.
And I tell you, like, listen, if it's a good biscuit and it's made right in the South, I'm going to eat it. I'm talking about, like, McDonald's biscuits. Listen, when I remember this story. The lady had begged me to get an orange juice. She gave it to me for free. I was a freshman in high school. I had a hoop session. It's probably like this one. McDonald's had all day breakfast. It's probably like 9 o'clock at night. Me and my brothers leave the hoop session. We go to McDonald's, and he said, "Do you want something?" I said, "Can you give me 2 plain biscuits?" He said,
the fact that you just you're just voluntarily eating the plain biscuits.
2 plain biscuits, no. You want jelly? Nah, I want no jelly. Right? You get up to the restaurant. You get up to the second drive. The lady said, "Did you want an orange juice?" I said, "No." She said, "You get biscuits by itself." I said, "I know." She said, "Here, just take the orange juice."
Because she knows they're dry.
But it's good, bro. It's good. But I was a big fan of biscuits for a long time. Now it's not like a addictive thing, but it is like every once in a while thing where you go to Popeyes, get biscuits. Please make sure they're soft. make sure they're not hard, because they is. I'm just gonna eat the inside of them. But
Okay.
yeah.
Without honey.
Yeah, honey.
They
without
just don't
jelly.
have flavor either when they're.
The butter.
Butter makes them not as dry, so that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you're eating like a plain biscuit.
It is a plain biscuit.
No, but you're adding butter
I
to
didn't
it.
add
That
butter
makes.
to it. No, you don't add butter to it. It's butter in it already. I'm so serious. I'm serious. Just
So
the
if I
biscuit.
had brought them today, why wouldn't you have eaten it?
I wouldn't say I wouldn't. Hey, I probably wouldn't. Like, it all depends on how many. If you bring me one, I'd probably eat one. But
Thank you for watching this episode of the Chit Chat podcast.
thank you for having me.
Thank you for letting me come to your church and sit in front and be the closest I have ever been to a drum set.
Hey.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Chit Chat. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed our chat and will stick around for my next interview. Until then, remember, be happy and be chill.